This is Josh with Scout Reviews.
And I'm Travis.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.
Hey, welcome to Scout Reviews. I'm Josh.
I'm Travis.
And we have Stacey with us again. She enjoyed that first bottle that we did so much that she came back. So we decided we were going to do some more ryes, see what you thought of those.
Sounds good.
So today we're going to be doing the Kentucky Owl 11-year rye and the Whistlepig 18 sherry finished, I believe.
Yeah, sounds right. Yep. Finished in ex-sherry casks.
Yep.
That should be delicious.
Now this is a 50.9 or 51%, so we're at 102 on the proof. What about that one?
This one will be 46. 46, so 92 proof.
Okay, so they're not too far off from each other.
Nah.
So we're gonna give these a go. We're going to see if Stacey likes these ryes as well, and if she does, she's a rye person. That's just gonna be my opinion on it.
It's good.
All right. So, now, do you want to explain how ryes, even though they're made the same way, they taste completely different?
Yeah, I mean, they're a lot less predictable, actually, I should say. You've heard me refer to them before as the bourbon spicier cousin. Rye is generally a little more volatile when grown, and it actually varies from harvest to harvest, from location to location as well. So it depends on how much rye is added, what it's blended with, and where it came from, and just the general season that may influence its flavor. For example, this one is 79% rye and malted rye 15%, and malted barley 6%. So that's an interesting little blend there. In the U.S., the rule is 51% rye content to be considered rye.
And it was finished in sherry casks. Now, sherry it's a wine.
Yeah, similar brandy kind of.
A brandy wine. And if I remember correctly, sherry has kind of a cherry flavor, or is it more of a liqueur flavor?
Yeah, kind of a mix of both, honestly. It depends on the sherry, but yeah, you're not far off there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like sherry, so we're going to see how this goes.
I like sherry.
All right. Well, for those of you at home, we're going to start with lowest proof, even though that's not necessarily cost-wise, because these are vastly different when it comes to cost. These would definitely be, I don't know if you would consider this one allocated, but this one absolutely is.
Oh, yeah. Kentucky Owl is difficult to find, though. I don't know if it's
allocated. It is difficult to find. I don't know if it's allocated. I know that people in our comments are always trashing it, but it's always off the shelves as soon as it comes in. There hasn't been one that I haven't liked that we've had on the show. Yeah. And now, they are a little pricier. For example, this was, I believe this is 100, and the MSP on this is like 110, 120, somewhere in there. And then you've got the market price around like 150.
Okay.
I haven't seen it secondary, thankfully. Nobody's hoarding it like that. I guess because the name's just not as popular.
Yeah. As
Blanton's or something along those lines. So, but we're going to start with the Whistlepig 18 year.
Okay.
And Travis, you get the pour.
Great. Short neck, wide mouth. That's going to be fun.
And if you make a mess when I tell everybody how much it costs, they're all going to hate you.
No pressure.
Exactly. That is a very authoritative stopper there. Oh, for God's sake. This is horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to dump right in.
Yeah, I noticed that. All right, we're going to go ahead and share the wealth a little bit here. That's a little more appropriate. All right, now that I got that down, let me only splashed a little bit, a little more than I prefer.
You
but
did better than I expected.
you did better than I expected. That's actually not bad. I mean, okay, slightly heavy pouring. I'm sorry.
Good job.
That's all right. I can give that to somebody later.
Can we edit that out? No.
So it's very strong on the. I
Ooh.
can smell it without even bringing it to my nose.
Yeah.
It smells it when you pour it.
Mm-hmm. I really like the nose on that.
That's got to be heavy on that sherry.
It's a good thing.
I don't like it.
I was gonna say it does smell heavy to me too.
I smell the rye underneath it.
It's a very rich nose on this. You get a lot of sherry on the nose.
Yes, a lot.
Rye in the background. Little fig, raisin, spice.
Very fruit rye
Mhm.
is what this is. Very fruity rye.
That's been my experience with Whistlepig for the most part. That has been.
I mean,
we haven't tried that many, but the ones I
the
have.
Boss Hog,
and fruity.
it was the fig, the Greek,
Mhm.
the other Greek fruit.
That was almost impossible to nail a flavor down on that.
No, but it was really, really
You should
good.
have seen Josh now on that one. We're just, oh, well, no. Well, is it? No. It was good. Very, very wild.
I'm not really getting anything except rye under the sherry.
Yeah, I get a little bit of stone
And fruit.
maybe,
I mean,
yeah.
fruit, but it's hard to identify what the fruit is.
I think raisin, a little spice, a little cinnamon.
It reminds me of a wine. This one does, for whatever reason.
A brandy. I'm thinking like a brandy up front.
Mm.
But then that rye hits, and I don't think brandy anymore.
Yeah. Well, shall we?
For those of you at home on the nose, we all disagree, and that's okay.
I like the nose.
That was like a peppermint at the top of the mouth.
Mm.
It's shiny.
Is that what it's called? Shiny?
No, it's the sherry finish on it.
Oh man,
It's
that is
like
really
got that
nice.
veneer. It's really good alcohol with a veneer of gross on top of it to me.
I see. I'm gonna totally disagree with you. So, I get a buttery, smooth, sweet fruit finish on there. If I had to compare it to anything, I'd compare it to like a buttercream frosting on an ice cake.
No.
It's kind of coating the top of my mouth.
Mm.
Yes.
And what is that? What would you call that?
Coating.
Yeah, so that's
There's
part of the
no
sherry.
really-
Okay.
The sherry's giving it that thicker, more luscious mouthfeel, I guess.
More
is what you
syrupy.
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely an interesting and unique.
And I'm still picking up mint.
Yeah.
I get that now after the water.
It's very clean, but still a nice thick mouthfeel on that. I like that.
Say that again.
Nice thick mouthfeel.
Nice thick mouthfeel.
Behave yourself.
Mm.
Anyway. HR is going to be down here and they're going to be all over you, and I'm not going to be part of it.
So it's not a grainy liquid, but at all. It's very smooth. It doesn't burn.
No, not at all.
I can tell it's quality. It absolutely is quality.
100%.
The sherry's too much for me. I don't like it.
If you like that
the
upfront
juice
sherry.
underneath,
Mhm.
I want the juice underneath the sherry.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that the next Whistlepig purchase needs to not be finished in anything.
Yeah.
I'll probably really, really like that because
No, that's fair enough. Fair enough. We all have different tastes. That's why we like it. What are your thoughts?
It's interesting. I can't say it's my favorite. I think it is like the mint is refreshing in a different kind of way, but it is very heavy. The coating of the mouth, probably not a fan of that. But overall, I mean, it does taste similar to the last one. I just definitely prefer that one over this one.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm not going to repeat to you what Travis said about the mouthfeel, because then HR will show up. All right. So we are going to move on to the Kentucky Owl.
Mm-hmm. You just put that off to the side there.
Now, this is the small batch. It's been aged for 11 years.
Nice. It's a little younger.
Yeah, it's a little younger.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
So we're going to move this out of the way. There will be 2 rollers over here. Travis.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Quite a different nose on that.
He gave you the difficult one before.
Yes, he did. That did not escape me. He does that a lot, though.
It was too far away for me to reach.
Uh-huh. He does that a lot. The nose on that is definitely rye. Much more typical of a rye. I don't get nearly as much of the fruit. What I'm getting here is the spice.
Oh, that's better.
Rye.
That's so much better. Yeah, rye, spice,
Vanilla, leather.
vanilla, lemon zest.
Yeah, I go for that.
See,
Yeah.
I found that's one of the citruses I was able to pull out. A little bit of caramel. It's not as fruity.
No, definitely not.
It's more
More spice.
It's
I wonder if it's
more-
going to leave more
Yeah.
savory. I'm
more
curious.
blue collar rye than sit on a cruise ship in the fancy dining car rye. That's how I break those up.
So having had both back to back, what are your thoughts on this one? The nose.
I think I do like this one on the nose more. I think it's. I can smell the spice, but it's not as, I guess, probably fruitful. As
Mhm.
far as for like the wine, I'm not getting the wine note like I did the last one.
Well, this was not finished in sherry casks. This was its own cask.
And it does not give the
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 breakdown?
the breakdowns. That's interesting, but
Not
yeah,
on the bottle. It doesn't.
have to go online for that. But I've liked everything from Kentucky Owl I've tried, so I hope this follows suit.
Okay. Cheers.
Let's go for it.
Sure.
That's better.
Mm.
More
Yes.
that lemon that I smelled, I can really taste it.
Actually, I would say this follows the nose. The
Yes.
palate follows the nose in a
Very
good way,
much so.
and it still has a good mouthfeel.
I agree.
This comes through as a really strong contender for what you would expect, not a typical. I don't mean typical. It is extraordinary, in my opinion. It's very good.
What
That
you would
being said-
expect a good standard rye.
Exactly. This is a really nice rye.
It's a good standard rye. It's
So
there now. You mentioned the mouthfeel. To me,
Mhm.
it didn't feel grainy, but it almost felt grainy. If that's a thing, it's like it was almost grainy.
it's a little full on the mouthfeel. That means, I mean, in a good way. I like that. It's very rich.
Yes,
Yeah, there you
almost like it's almost like somebody put sugar in. I'm pretty sure they didn't,
Mm-mm.
but it's like almost like somebody added sugar, and it was cold when they added the sugar.
Somebody's gonna come on those comments going, "It's additive free." And like,
Well, we know it's
no.
added.
That's why I read those comments, by the way, when they're in my head, just so you're aware again.
This reminds me more of the last one, not this round, but before the previous one.
What you tried the
other-
first time you
yeah,
were here.
yeah.
Okay,
So
that would be the midsummer's winter dram.
Yes.
The
Midsummer's winter, the midwinter's night strain.
Correct.
yeah,
It is closer. This is not nearly as holiday tasting as that is.
Yes.
Because there's a distinct lack of cinnamon.
I really like both of these for different reasons.
Now, let's see how much you still like them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a $400 bottle. $130, $140.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's not talk price. I would say this is a fun, funky take on a rye, and this is a fun, or not even fun. This is a straightforward, high-quality example of what a really good rye should be.
Anybody who didn't fast forward knows what my choice is.
Oh yeah.
Now, you can like both, you can like one, you can like none. There's absolutely nothing wrong with any of those choices.
Mm-hmm.
He likes both. I only like one of them. And I'm thinking you probably like both.
I prefer the Kentucky Owl.
But you do prefer the Kentucky Owl.
I do prefer the Kentucky Owl. It has less of the mouth feel. It doesn't linger as long. And I think I prefer whenever it's mouth forward.
Mouth forward?
Forward in the mouth?
Forward in the mouth. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Doesn't really get you in the back of the throat. And
correct.
Not the top of the mouth.
That's something you're used to?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I can already see human resources over there.
All right. So, with that being said, price doesn't necessarily determine if something's good or not. If you've watched videos of ours in the past, you've absolutely seen that where something expensive was not good.
Loses to mellow corn.
Loses to mellow corn. Yes. A $15 bottle of whiskey. Okay. That is going to be it for us today. Stacey will be returning. I don't know if we're going to be doing Ryes again, though. You think you can be okay with that if we do something else?
Yes.
All right.
I'm down.
Well, don't drink and drive. Be a good person. I'm Josh.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Stacey.
And this has been Scout Reviews. Have a great one.